Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I'm excited about today's video because we're going to be talking about a new lens that was just announced, the all-new Sony 50mm 1.4 G Master. Now the other 50mm G Master, which is a 1.2, is what I have filmed basically all of my studio videos on. So any video where you see this set or my previous set, it was probably filmed with the 50mm. Now this is exciting because yes, they both are G Masters. One obviously is 1.2, one is 1.4. So it's a very, minor difference. This lens is very light and compact. And when I took it out of the little baggie that I received it in, I was honestly shocked, and I didn't actually think it was a G Master at first because it was so light. So it's only 516 grams or 18.2 ounces. This does have the best autofocus performance in the industry. This is going to give you high performance for movies as well as photos. It is the smallest and lightest in its class. This does have an 11 blade circular aperture, which is going to give you that soft bokeh. It's also going to be able to focus at a fairly up close distance. So with autofocus, you'll be able to have a minimum focus distance of 16 inches, and with manual focus, you'll be able to get 15 inches. This also does have the dedicated aperture ring, which allows for you to easily change the aperture. I actually love having the aperture ring being a physical thing on the lens, so I've been really used to that with all the latest lenses that Sony's been coming out with. That's been definitely a great feature that I've been enjoying. I'm not by any means an in-depth lens reviewer, but this is definitely a lens that I, like I said, use every day. So I want to do like a little comparison to kind of test out the autofocus, test out the 1.2 versus the 1.4, test out the 1.4s together, and just kind of see, and then we can go out, take some pictures, take some videos, and get our initial thoughts of the new lens. Let's test out the difference between the 1.2 and the 1.4 and just kind of see what it looks like. I have two cameras side by side, so let's do some testing. Oh God, that was another lens that just hit the ground. So we don't like that. On this camera, we have the 50mm that is the 1.2, which it is at the 1.2, meaning it's gonna be a little bit more overexposed because it is letting in more light. And this is where we have the 1.4. Now, obviously, it's not really a fair comparison. I'm just telling you at what the capability is of both of the lenses. And I haven't adjusted my light. I did turn down the ISO to 80, so it's super low. There we have that. Let's now test out the 1.4 to 1.4, where it should be obviously pretty similar, but let's see if there's a difference in the autofocus, shall we? I'm also shooting on two Sony a7S IIIs, so everything is exactly the same. All right, we are now 1.4, 1.4, all of the exact same settings. Now, usually I actually film at 2.8, so we're definitely like a little bit lower with the aperture of what I'm used to. But let's go ahead and test out the autofocus and see if one is faster than the other, shall we? Let's try this iPhone box. I have no idea until I watch this. It could be the same. It could be literally the exact same. Now let's go back to the 2.8, which is what I normally film at in my studio, and see if it looks any different. Okay, we are now at the exact same settings, 2.8, 100 ISO on the Sony a7S III. How does it look? For someone like myself who only uses this as a studio lens for the majority of the time, it probably wouldn't make sense to upgrade, only because, I'm not carrying it and I don't even really shoot below 1.4 or even 2.8 the majority of the time, but having that option obviously is nice. But if you're out traveling and carrying this lens around, it's gonna be lighter, it's gonna be more compact, and definitely easier to travel with. With that being said, I think I should go outside and test out the new lens. I'm probably gonna be shooting and filming myself and also taking pictures of myself. So let's see how that goes, shall we? Let's go outside. Is it the same? Let's see if it's the same. Is it the same size for a lens, for a filter? Does that say 72? Oh no, it might be different. Oh, hold on, I'm coming in. So the new lens is a 67 and the old lens is a 72. So I don't even think I have an ND filter for a 67. This is sad. that's just kind of me playing around and messing with the new 50mm 1.4 G Master lens. Like I said before, I'm not like an in-depth lens reviewer. I just like to take pictures. I like to shoot videos and keep it pretty simple. You know, I'm excited to see what my friends film. I know my friend Sydney went to Yosemite and probably captured some incredible content, so be sure to check out his video. But for me, do I need to get the new 1.4 lens? Probably not. If I was gonna be traveling with it, the size alone, how small it is, would be 100% a reason to get it. It did seem like the autofocus was a little bit faster, but there definitely isn't that much of a difference compared to the two lenses. You know, it made me realize, seeing this one picture of my dog shot at 1.4, how crazy that is. And kind of like, that was 1.4, so like that at 1.2 is probably even more insane. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Sony for letting me test out this lens. I do have to send it back, so we will be back to the beefy 1.2 lens from here on out. But make sure you guys subscribe. We've got some more content coming soon, and thank you for watching. Beefy. Why am I throwing it? It's expensive. Bye.